Hello and welcome. My name's Alexa. It's my real life. And I was thinking about the concept of lying to ourselves. And we all do it. We absolutely all do it. And we do it without even knowing it sometimes. And sometimes we know we're doing it, but we do it anyway. So, for one example, you might be really stressed out. I might be having some panic, very anxious, in a situation, and I'll be like, it's okay. I can get through it. It's okay. It's not okay, right? There will be a situation and you're not okay, but you tell yourself, I'm okay. I'm okay. I can do it. I can get through it. And the thing is that you end up getting through it, but you might not be okay, right, in it. So it is a lie to ourselves. And that's just one little example. I find it very fascinating, my own things I say to myself. I fully understand that by labeling ourselves, we are dividing ourselves from other people. For example, I am an Everton fan, which means I am not one of the other fans. And by labeling myself an Everton fan, I am saying that I support them and I don't support all the other teams. And whether it's, we do need community and we do need to feel as part of a group. So there can be positive benefits to certain labels that we give ourselves. The problem is when a label becomes our identity and the label isn't necessarily accurate. I think there is a lot of, and the other thing is when other people use your own labels to manipulate you into something. So in the world of politics, people are very quick to try and force you to label yourself as one of the two major parties in the US. And if you are one and you don't get in line with other people in the party, they'll say things like, you're only that in name only. I believe the acronyms are Rhino or Dino, right? And we humans are way more complex than just A or B, one or two. There's only, everything is a two choices and that's it, right? That's how they present things to us. We are more complex than that. As humans, we have a whole range of thoughts and feelings and ideas and wants and needs. And in the political world, we could have, for example, thoughts on immigration that are over here. And we could have thoughts on tax policy that's over here. And we could have thoughts on, I don't know, research and defense that's somewhere in the middle. Like, whatever topic it is, we don't have to always be the exact same as other people who call themselves that same broad label. For myself, I am human, and I try to label myself that only. Now, I do label myself an Everton fan because I am an Everton fan. But it's very important to me to not let being an Evertonian come before being a human. I am human first. And I bring up the Everton fan as one example, and I'm trying to sort of work through when I identify where I've labeled myself something without necessarily realizing it. It might have been I was labeled in my childhood and just self-internalized it. But we do, and we have a lot of things that we think of ourselves. Like if you were asked to describe yourself in 5 words, those words, as you believe them, the meanings that you assign to them, those are labels you're giving yourself. And then when you do something that doesn't fall within those labels, we have this mechanism in our brain that can justify it to ourselves. And a lot of the times, we can be lying to ourselves in order to protect ourselves. And we need to when we do it to begin with. So as a child, there's definitely things I have said and internalized and labels, and I had to survive. And now that I am an adult, I'm trying to unwind some of those things. I've mentioned that I watch a few different channels on YouTube, and one of them, she's escaped from a cult and is actually just escaped, seems like a second one in a way. And what led them to feel safe with the person they were with that got them into the second situation, the second cult, right? And this person, I find it fascinating to watch because I remember going through a lot of the questioning, the self-exploration that she's going through now. I remember going through a lot of that myself over the past multiple years. And it takes a lot of courage to truly sit there and be honest with yourself when a label is not accurate anymore. I am a naturalized citizen of the US. It took me a long time to fully realize and accept that labels I was giving myself were keeping me from participating in a country I love in a way that I think is so important, and was not letting me put my money where my mouth was, right? I have since voted in every election that I've been eligible to vote in, and that's so important to me as my civic duty, uh, as a part of this society, to participate in the process. And the labels I was, and this is 5, 6, 7 years ago, I had to confront labels I had given myself and why I'd given them to myself and why I was holding on to them when they were not 100% accurate anymore. Because again, it's not either or, it's not yes or no, it's grayscale. We're humans, we're complex, we are more like a web of various things that all intertwine in different ways for all of us. So the past few months for this YouTuber have been tumultuous, stressful, and she wasn't able to share everything at the time as it was happening. And so now she's able to. And there is a lot to be said about courage and bravery. A firefighter who has no fear and runs into a building isn't brave. A person walking across a bridge who has no fear of heights, no fear of being on the bridge, that's not bravery. A person who, feels safe in cars, there's no bravery getting into that car. A person who has fear and does those things anyway, that's bravery. And I think by allowing ourselves to feel and acknowledge fear as being part of human, being part of, if you're human, you'll feel fear at some point. By allowing ourselves to fully experience all of our emotions and not tell ourselves that, I have a cat fur on my nose, it's tickling me. When we tell ourselves that we're not mad, or we're not sad, or we're not, fearful, or we're not anxious, or we're not, whatever it is you're telling yourself you're not, those emotions and that energy gets suppressed somewhere inside us, and it'll come out in some way, shape, or form that's not good for us. But sometimes we're not ready to acknowledge it yet. We know it in the back of our minds. We know that it's time. I think I knew for a few years I needed to stop labeling myself certain things before I was fully able to verbally say that, for example, that I was going to get my U.S. citizenship, that I'm proud to be American. I'm proud to be here in this country, and I'm conscious, hi, Kane, of all of the benefits I do have being here. Hi, could you turn around? Come here. Come and say hi. Come and say hi. Can you sit? Can you sit? Oh, stop it. You don't need to lay under my computer. Can you show them your pretty eyes? Can you show the pretty eyes up here? Yeah, they're both open. They're both open and okay. Hi. Tomorrow is 2 weeks since he got that little hair plucked. And by next Saturday, I hope by next Saturday, I'll be feeling a lot more confident. So with his eye ulcer issues, after his eye has healed the past couple times, it's been between that 2 and 3 week mark where it has come back again. So this is the week we will see it. If it's, I think, hopefully we got it out. Hopefully the root was out too. And I'm sort of knocking on all the wood I have around me, hoping I don't jinx it. But so far he's doing really well. So now that he's completely interrupted where I was going with that, I think that's a good place to stop. I think it's important to acknowledge that words have power. And that absolutely includes the words we tell ourselves. And that sometimes a label that you give yourself, whether I have the same meaning assigned to that label as you, most of us don't. I think that it's very difficult to define, for example, the two major parties. Even within the two major parties in the US right now, there are subgroups. And each of those subgroups has subgroups. And each of them has they have different tailored versions of what they think those labels mean. And I would like to encourage people, and I want to continue exploring this myself and challenging myself, where the label is less important than what it is to you, what it stands for. And break it down into smaller pieces. I think that politics is an easy one to give examples on. So don't label yourself one of the two major parties. Think about what you actually believe in terms of a tax code. Think about what you actually believe in terms of immigration, in the military, in things like the ed department or agriculture or whatever it is, right? Think about each individual topic, because most of us will end up having a wide variety of opinions on different topics that fall along a spectrum. And we're complex and we're human, and that's what makes us amazing. And all we have to do is remember that there is compromise to be had in almost all of these areas, as long as we come together, recognize each other's humanity, and know that most people, and I do believe this is most people do actually care about others, and they want to make this world better for the people they love and the people around them. Hopefully this, I was having internet issues. I think this has gone up well, so hopefully I'll be able to post this. I think I've said that a lot the past couple weeks. I'm not sure what's been going on. But it looks like it did okay. And tomorrow, England plays Spain in the Euros finals, so I will hopefully be watching that. And maybe there'll be a good news on Wednesday. So, as always, please treat yourself with kindness. We're human, we're doing the best we can, and he's having a bath. No cares in the world. Right, bub? Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. He's so cute, you guys. I wish you could have seen that look he just gave me. All right. Well, thank you for being here. As always, drop a like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in a few days.